We created a top-in pattern. It was a rare diamond top pattern on the render chart. Renders dropped down as expected. And I'm not trying to wreck you guys, but if you want to be successful in crypto, you have to take the rough with the smooth. It's not going to be up only, and you have to take advantage when we get those pullbacks. So here's what I'm doing next on Render. We've got Render on the daily, currently trading at $9.32. So there's a few things that we need to happen on here. We need support levels to be held, and we're going to talk about that very shortly. But before we talk about that, I'm going to talk about all your eggs in one basket and this diamond top-in pattern. Why is it a diamond top-in pattern, and why is it a high probability move? Why do these things play out? So we're talking about buy orders, we're talking about sell orders, we're talking about humans, emotions, and people that feel good on some days, people that feel bad on some days, people that are driven by hype, people that are driven by news, people that are driven by fear and greed. That's what this chart represents, a chart of human emotions. So you can see on these green days here, there's little battle going on between the bulls and the bears. It's all bulls, all bulls. Bulls have got full control here until we hit this base. Once you've hit this base, the bears have got to turn, and they've pulled price back down before we've come up, and the bulls have created that new higher high. Now, the bulls have created a higher high, but it's not a significant higher high. This high is only from the previous high, 6.79% to the upside. It's not a healthy new higher high. We've come back down. We've created a healthy higher low. That's good. But look what happens here. The coil up of price action is all below where current price sits. All of this is below where current price sits. And there's a build-up of price action, which means you've got to hit resistance barrier after resistance barrier after resistance barrier to keep trying to take out this previous high. This move's not invalidated until this high is taken out. So you've got all these barriers to overcome before you get there. Whereas the bears are pushing the sell orders down and pushing the sell orders down and pushing the sell orders down until we accumulate to the edge of this diamond. And then the bears smashed price action back down to our 50-day moving average. This is where we expected price to hold. Currently sitting at $9.10, the 50-day moving average. If we drop this 50-day moving average, unfortunately, we're looking at $7.85. Say unfortunately, if you've taken some off the table of your render position, this could be an area for accumulation. Obviously, $7, just under $8 is a lot cheaper than where we are here at $13.69. So this is the power of not being greedy with your entries. You don't have to take all your render out off the table, but take small allocations off when you see these top-in patterns, and then try and accumulate and prepare yourself for the next move. So what do we need to happen on Bitcoin for render to start to move? Because this was the important thing we talked about Bitcoin. We needed to create a higher high. Bitcoin hasn't created that higher high. It's created the lower high, and we've slammed back down past this previous support that's now going to act as resistance if we close below here. So what I want to see in the near term for Bitcoin is to start regaining these levels. We need to break this trend, take out the high, sitting at 73,678, take out the high, and then we can continue moves to the upside. That's going to give confidence in the rest of the altcoin market. That's going to give confidence in render. But as far as render's concerned, if we just go back to the render chart, you've got to remember that in 2023, render run against the rest of the market. The altcoins were bleeding and render was running. So you can look at things like render for top-in indications, for top-in patterns, to know when the rest of the market's going to have a bit more of a correction. So I hope you found this emergency update on render useful, and more importantly, I hope you understand in your head and you've got more of a clear mind how you can protect yourself in these situations. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel, guys. We're in it together. Community matters, and I'll see you in the next one.